the caveat is that once that prospect replies to one of those outreach messages, the automation sequence stops for good reason. You don't want it to keep on sending additional messages after you already have the lead engaged.
Yes.
Now, the hard part is the fact that you're not typically on LinkedIn 24/7. And the average user of LinkedIn only logs in about once every week. And so the chances of that LinkedIn lead that you just engaged with or your system engaged with and you being on LinkedIn at the same time is pretty, dismal. So what AI is able to do is it is able to capture and engage with that lead while they're actively using LinkedIn. So the automation initiates the outreach message, and then no matter what time that lead responds back to you or back to the system, the AI captures that information, generates a custom message, and sends it back into LinkedIn all automatically. So there's no lead left behind.
Brilliant, brilliant. And, we all know the value of timing. It's a bit like, I don't know the exact stats, but you'll often hear when someone hits a website, if you can respond to them in the first, hour, you got a significant higher chance of gaining that client than if it's post that. And I think in today's world, we're all trying to, well, we're all making decisions faster and faster, right? So if they've got, 4 Zoho partners that have reached out to you and you get back first, I think, you certainly, it's up to you not to win the deal, I think, after that. I think that's really important. Now, how does it know me? I know for when I first started working with you, I've like, I get the concept, it all sounds great, but I was very nervous to protect my brand, that it wasn't sending messages out that just were out of context or didn't sound like me, etc. So how do you start to train it to be more like me?
Yeah, and so thanks to my history of running this LinkedIn lead generations company for, real estate agents, I was very, very much aware at how sensitive people are to their reputation, right? I mean, working with luxury realtors, they didn't want to be reaching out to past clients. They didn't want to tarnish their brand reputation in their local market, etc. I was very aware about how important that is when I was starting to develop the AI side. I guess luckily and unluckily, or it's a double-edged sword, but I'm more of a product person than I am, any other type of thinker. And so I spend 80% of my time really dialing in my AI product because I know how important reputation is to all of our clients. What we've done is we've created a couple kind of custom GPTs that we send all of our clients through that will help generate a snippet of each client's personality, style, and tone. And we also have one for their particular brand style and tone. We feed our each unique AI assistant this snippet of information about each individual client of ours, their brand, and we also can add particular documents into the knowledge base so that it's trained on your exact company FAQs, your TOS, everything that you want the AI to know. And then we kind of put all that together into this pretty comprehensive system instructions so that it is always responding on point, on brand, in your style, and doesn't hallucinate. Don't worry, you're going to be good.
Yeah, yeah. And certainly my experience was that, well, there's two things. One is if I was doing it myself, I don't have the time to do it and I wasn't doing it, right? So I think yes, you want to protect your reputation, but I think progress is better than perfection. So, I think something done closer to me is better than not doing it all. And then the second is that I had someone doing it on my behalf, but they've been working with me for 3 years and had really understood it.